What's up, everyone? What's up, PlayStation Nation? You are now tuned in to the What's Up PlayStation podcast.
What's up? What it is? What it do? What's up? What it is? PlayStation, what's up? J Burry and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is? What it do? What's up? What it is? PlayStation, what's up? J Burry and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
They don't need no introduction. You already know what you getting, and that is facts with a discussion. The greatest to bless the mic without the needless interruption. Face it, we got an anatomy like a little bite of me for a concussion. You know what's up, man. I mean it when I seen it. I was proud of these brothers. They entertain the people every week without cussing, and you don't ever hear the drama. They keep it clean on the podcast. Independent duo doing it big when they broadcast. Haters hate to see them doing positive things. PlayStation Nation got you, ain't it obvious, man? We pulling up every week and showing love in the chat. Unlike these other channels, these guys are showing their back like, what's up?
What it is? What it do? What's up? What it is? PlayStation, what's up? J Burry and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is? What it do? What's up? What it is? PlayStation, what's up? J Burry and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
They don't need no introduction. Persona, the gaming politician, politicking for the come up. Division and vision require precision, decision that gotta be thought of. The potential is exponential. Gamer credentials is what they brought us. Get caught up. You know, Barry bring the passion when he's speaking from the heart. He the best lisp on YouTube, climbing up the charts. And when Persona speaks, he gon' tear the mic apart. Intellectually, of course, cause you know the boy's smart. They cover the news with integrity, so you know it's a must watch. Ain't no console war, just two brothers being a font. What's up, PlayStation got the Saturdays locked. And if you ain't tuning in, you missing out. Get blocked.
What's up? What it is? What it do? What's up? What it is? PlayStation, what's up? J Burry and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is? What it do? What's up? What it is? PlayStation, what's up? J Burry and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
Yo, listen, man. I really do appreciate everyone that always comes through to rock out with me and Barry, man, on What's Up PlayStation podcast. A podcast by fans for the fans, or by the community for the community, I should say. Listen, man. For me, man, I'm gaming with Persona. If you enjoyed listening, definitely subscribe to this YouTube channel. I'm a PlayStation fan too.
Yo, what's up, everyone? What's up, PlayStation Nation? You are now tuned in to the What's Up PlayStation podcast.
What's up? What it is? What it do? What's up? What it is? PlayStation, what's up? J Burry and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is? What it do? What's up? What it is? PlayStation, what's up? J Burry and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
They don't need no introduction. You already know what you getting, and that is facts with a discussion. The greatest to bless the mic without the needless interruption. Face it, we got an anatomy like a little bite of me for a concussion. You know what's up, man. I mean it when I seen it. I was proud of these brothers. They entertain the people every week without cussing, and you don't ever hear the drama. They keep it clean on the podcast. Independent duo doing it big when they broadcast. Haters hate to see them doing positive things. PlayStation Nation got you, ain't it obvious, man? We pulling up every week and showing love in the chat. Unlike these other channels, these guys are showing their back like, what's up?
What it is? What it do? What's up? What it is? PlayStation, what's up? J Burry and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is? What it do? What's up? What it is? PlayStation, what's up? J Burry and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
They don't need no introduction. Persona, the gaming politician, politicking for the come up. Division and vision require precision, decision that gotta be thought of. The potential is exponential, gamer credentials is what they brought us. Get caught up. You know, Bari bring the passion when he's speaking from the heart. He the best lisp on YouTube, climbing up the charts. And when Persona speaks, he gon' tear the mic apart. Intellectually, of course, cause you know the boy's smart. They cover the news with integrity, so you know it's a must watch. Ain't no console war, just two brothers being a font. What's up, PlayStation got the Saturday slot. And if you ain't tuning in, you missing out. Get blocked.
What's up? What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? J Bari and Persona got it locked in the tug. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? J Bari and Persona got it locked in the tug. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
Yo, listen, man. I really do appreciate everyone that always comes through to rock out with me and Bari, man, on What's Up PlayStation Podcast, a podcast by fans for the fans, or by the community for the community, I should say. Listen, man. For me, man, I'm gaming with Persona. If you enjoyed listening, definitely subscribe to this YouTube channel. I'm a PlayStation fan too.
Yo, what's up, everyone? What's up, PlayStation Nation? You are now tuned in to the What's Up PlayStation Podcast.
What's up? What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? J Bari and Persona got it locked in the tug. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? J Bari and Persona got it locked in the tug. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
They don't need no introduction. You already know what you're getting, and that is facts with a discussion. The greatest to bless the mic without the needless interruption. Face it, we got an anatomy like a little bite of me for a concussion. You know what's up, man. I mean it when I seen it, I was proud of these brothers. They entertain the people every week without cussing. And you don't ever hear the drama, they keep it clean on the podcast. Independent duo doing it big when they broadcast. Haters need to see them doing positive things. PlayStation Nation got you, ain't it obvious, man? We pulling up every week and showing love in the chat. Unlike these other channels, these guys are showing it back. Like, what's up?
What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? J Bari and Persona got it locked in the tug. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? J Bari and Persona got it locked in the tug. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
They don't need no introduction. Persona, the gaming politician, politicking for the come up. Division and vision require precision, decision that gotta be thought of. The potential is exponential, gamer credentials is what they brought us. Get caught up. You know, Bari bring the passion when he's speaking from the heart. He the best lisp on YouTube, climbing up the charts. And when Persona speaks, he gon' tear the mic apart. Intellectually, of course, cause you know the boy's smart. They cover the news with integrity, so you know it's a must watch. Ain't no console war, just two brothers being a font. What's up, PlayStation got the Saturday slot. And if you ain't tuning in, you missing out. Get blocked.
What's up? What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? J Bari and Persona got it locked in the tug. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? J Bari and Persona got it locked in the tug. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
Yo, listen, man. I really do appreciate everyone that always comes through to rock out with me and Bari, man, on What's Up PlayStation Podcast, a podcast by fans for the fans, or by the community for the community, I should say. Listen, man. For me, man, I'm gaming with Persona. If you enjoyed listening, definitely subscribe to this YouTube channel. I'm a PlayStation fan too.
Yo, what's up, everyone? What's up, PlayStation Nation? You are now tuned in to the What's Up PlayStation Podcast.
What's up? What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? J Burry and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is, what it do, what's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? J Burry and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
They don't need no introduction. You already know what you're getting, and that is facts with a discussion. The greatest to bless the mic without the needless interruption. Face it, we got an anatomy like a little bite of me for a concussion. You know what's up, man. I mean it when I seen it. I was proud of these brothers. They entertain the people every week without cussing, and you don't ever hear the drama. They keep it clean on the podcast. Independent duo doing it big when they broadcast. Haters hate to see them doing positive things. PlayStation Nation got you, ain't it obvious, man? We pulling up every week and showing love in the chat. Unlike these other channels, these guys are showing their back. Like, what's up?
What it is, what it do, what's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? J Burry and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is, what it do, what's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? J Burry and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
They don't need no introduction. Persona, the gaming politician, politicking for the come up. Division and vision require precision, decision that gotta be thought of. The potential is exponential. Gaming credentials is what they brought us. Get caught up. You know, Barry bring the passion when he's speaking from the heart. He the best lisp on YouTube. Climbing.
They probably won't be able to hear this. Hold up. Let me make sure everything is on point. Hold up. Oh, where my sound at? 1 second. Getting rusty out here in the final countdown. You know what I mean? You gotta clap. You know what I mean? System sounds. I'm gonna just leave it at default. I don't know if you guys heard that, but that's coming through my speakers. Did y'all hear the trophy sounds? Let me know if y'all hear that. Nah, they can hear me. Oh, they said they heard it all? Okay. I don't know why it's not picking up on OBS. Oh, he said no, sir. No trophy sound. It's coming through my monitor. Oh, I know why. Hold up, y'all. Hold up. Boom. There we go. There we go. The Windows, bro. Windows put my output device to my monitor speaker. There you go. There's the trophies, y'all. Yo, what is good, YouTube? What's up, PlayStation Nation? Welcome to another episode of the What's Up PlayStation podcast. Episode number 190 to be exact. We are closing in on 200 episodes, where if you guys don't know, if you guys and gals don't know, episode 200 will be the final episode of What's Up PlayStation podcast. We are closing it down. We're shutting down shop. PlayStation shut down Concord, and we're shutting down WUPS. Packing it up. How dare them, Persona? How dare them? But anyway, if this is your first time listening to What's Up PlayStation podcast, we are a PlayStation-centric podcast where we talk about the latest, the greatest, the good, the bad, the ugly news of PlayStation throughout the week. I am one of the hosts here, Jay Barry, and I'm wearing my green today. I'm wearing my Kevin Durant today because we're going on a marathon. It didn't work out how I wanted it to work out. But like I said, I'm just one of the hosts here at What's Up PlayStation podcast, where you see him down there below, the stoic one, the Mr. I'm serious today. The Mr. Naughty Dog. He ain't naughty dogging today. I don't know if he gonna today. What you see him down there? Game with Persona, man. Persona, what's good, bro? Yo, listen. Chuck is my bro. That's my bro right there. You know what I mean? And Chuck does data. Oh, is Persona muted? No, you're not. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. Yo, it reset everything. All right, go ahead now.
Yo, can you guys hear
There
me?
you go. There you go. There you go. All right, you got to do the intro again. The dog one.
I said, what's good, people, man? Your boy Persona, Game of Persona, one half of the What's Up PlayStation podcast crew. Definitely appreciate everybody being here. Episode 190. You know, definitely can't wait to, you know, get into the topics, the news and whatnot. And, you know, hope everybody's good, man.
Yo, I don't like the fact that when you get an update like Windows, it defaults everything, man. You know what I mean? That's my bad, y'all. But yo, big shout out to my man Persona. But like I was saying, Chuck did a sin in front of your boy Jay Barry. You know what I mean? Talking about my bro KD, the God, huh? The Slim Reaper. But I'm gonna let it slide because Chuck, that's my bro. Anybody else, he getting packed up talking shit about KD, even though he deserves all the slander in the world. But anyways, not going to hold y'all. I have an appointment at 1:00 today where they come in to my house to clean out my convectors. Do this every year as they turn on the AC throughout the house. So going to try and breeze through some of the news here. So, you know, when they do come, I can watch the person because I don't like this, you know, leaving people in my house and not watching them. So we're going to be breezing through a lot of the news here. We will see when it comes to Marathon. We're going to give our thoughts on Marathon here, but we'll see after 1:00 and after the show is over. We'll see if we come back and we talk about it. I don't know if we do a live stream or we just do a regular video, but we'll definitely, you know, we'll update y'all and let y'all know how we feeling and how everything is throughout the day. Like I said, y'all think I was joking when we said that, yo, life is lifing. You know what I mean? So it's getting harder to do these podcasts every week, but we do appreciate y'all still coming through and checking it out as we close on down. Episode 200 is gonna be a crazy one. So or hopefully it's a crazy one. So you know what I mean? Definitely stick around with us and you know, rock out with us as we close out. And like we promised, when we did do an announcement that we're shutting down. As you can see, there's no memberships or nothing like that. That's just to be fair to everyone here that, you know, we can't do it on a weekly basis or a consistent basis. You never know what will pop up. You know, like I said, life be lifing, things happen, and you never know. But one thing we will announce here though, PAX East is coming up, Persona.
Mm-hmm.
PAX East is coming up and we will be at PAX East. So definitely if you guys going to be around in that area, the Boston area, let us know, hit us up. You know what I mean? We're always down to hang out and chill. If you on some goofy shit, just let you know. Yeah, we some New York motherfuckers. You get your ass. Yeah, let me chill. Positive vibes. Positive. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes,
let that be known, man. You on some goofy shit.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta let people know.
You're just gonna run up on.
They think because you know you do a gaming podcast, like, oh, these dudes are some nerds. Now you get your ass beat. But
don't think because niggas is nerdy and into anime and shit that, you know, shit is, you know, that's an invitation. Trust me. That ain't no invitation for shit.
Yo, big shout out to Jazzy Jefferson with the big 100. That's that red joint. That's that intergalactic red. Oh my God, yo, we appreciate it, Jazzy Jefferson, man. Always appreciate the support. You know what I mean? That's my Nintendo guy too, man. Look at the Nintendo guys showing love out here. He said, "What's up? This podcast will be missed. Hope all is well with both of y'all, man. Yo, Jazzy, yo, really appreciate that, man. Thank you. You know what I mean?
Appreciate the support, Jazzy. Real talk.
Yeah, always appreciate you know, you always, you know, checking us out, rocking out with us. You know, hearing difference of opinions out here. But let's get this show rolling, Persona, man. How you feeling, by the way, man, this week, man? You looking a little tired out there, man.
Yeah, you know, I'm on I gotta be honest, I'm running on E this week. There's a lot of, you know, personal stuff in my life that I'm doing. Goals that I'm pursuing, you know, both career goals and then, you know, my gym stuff, you know, I'm up in my routine and whatnot, and I'm in the office more now, so I'm doing gym like super early in the morning, 4 in the morning, then I go straight into the office and whatnot. So yeah, you know, real life stuff. A lot of things is happening in my real life. A lot of positive things. Gaming wise, you know, I've been gaming as much as I can. You know, I'm still on first Berserker Khazan. I love that game so much. I'm at the end. I'm in the last area. I'm at I forgot the name. I'm at the part where you have to go through the underground passage to get into the temple, the blood passage or whatever it's called. But I'm actually going, before I do that, I'm actually going to go back and do all the side missions in that area and finish up the collectibles and get those trophies out the way and whatnot. So you know, I've mostly been playing first Berserker Khazan. I got maybe 60 hours in the game or whatever. Honestly, it's an incredible game. I also got to give big kudos and a lot of love to Bari. And the reason why I'm gonna give a lot of love to Bari is because last night, and I'll admit this here, last night I was playing last night and I got the Hismar. I got the Hismar, and I started fighting Hismar, I want to say around like 7 o'clock. By like 8:45, I was like, I was close to beating him legit like 4 times, but this real talk, you fighting 2 bosses there, the camera
bro,
and Hismar.
And sometimes you end up underneath him
when he moves, and the camera just juts like a weird way. It throws my attacks off, and I end up not hitting nothing, and I get caught with his attacks. Or if I dodge, I end up dodging in the wrong direction because the camera is turning a certain type of way. So around 8:45, I told Barry this when he first posted the video. I'm not gonna watch it because I wasn't there yet, and I wanted to try to beat this boss legit. It's like, never mind, bro. I want to get through it. I want to, you know, finish this game up, get this, you know, focus on the platinum and all that, beat the game this weekend. So I was like, you know what? Let's go and watch the video real quick. So, you know, a lot of love to Bari. Shout out to Bari with that video.
Wrapped him up.
I watched him up in 3 minutes, yo, and I got the clip too. So.
yo, shout out to Dre too, yo. Dre was like, you know, I mean, Dre, you know, Dre be asking us questions like, yo, how you like figure this out, yo, bro? I always have like poison and I always have lightning on me, like to throw, because poison and lightning is cheap in this game, or whatever they call it, electrocution. It's cheap in this game. So, yo, I was getting washed up by this dude, and it's that one move where he goes up in the sky in the second phase and he drops mad fast. It's hard. You gotta. It's kind of like you just gotta like just mash dodge because he drops down so fast, and that move was KO me all the time. So I'm like, all right. You know what? If he fly, I'm just going to throw this joint. So tried it again, threw the joint at him. It took a couple of tries because I was missing the throw. And I was like, nah, I'm going to hit this dude. Hit him with a joint. And he fell. He dropped. Boom. I was like, wait, what the hell just happened? Yo, did this joint glitch? You know what I mean? So I clipped it. I clipped it real quick, like 30 seconds. And I'm like, all right, let me see if I can just beat this dude now. You know what I mean?
I feel like that's not necessarily a glitch though. I feel like he might be a gimmick boss type per se, because the camera angles and everything is just too I just feel like they put that in there deliberately because that just seems too big of an oversight for that to just happen like that.
Yeah, like Dre was saying that too. It's like it might be because of the fall damage. You know, there's people in the video that was saying it because of the fall damage. I'm like, yeah, it makes sense because he gets stuck and then he drops down from the sky as it's dropping.
I feel like Hismar feels like a gimmick fight though. Like he doesn't really feel like somebody who's really supposed to fight legit per se.
Yeah, he's definitely I feel like a gimmick fight because I'm just like, yo, it's not like he was super hard. It's just annoying, bro. Like I'm like, I don't know, maybe it's a spare thing, but there's times where you dodge an attack and then you end up underneath him and it's still whiffing. I'm like, yo, how am I supposed to hit this dude? Oh, is my mic crackling?
I don't hear it, but
yeah, I turned it down a little bit.
Yeah, that was definitely a boss fight that I was just like, because like a lot of the bosses that I fought through the game so far, yeah, some of them are tough, but they're only tough because, at least for me and how I play games, I don't really know what to expect when it comes to the move set. So sometimes I find myself just doing things just to see what works, what doesn't work. And then once I get that muscle memory with dodge and perfect parrying and stuff like that to fight the bosses become a lot easier. But it takes me a few tries because, I don't know what all they can do. But I will say that, being about 50, 60 hours into First Berserker Khazan, that's really been the main game that I've been playing. But this absolutely my in my top 3 games of the year so far.
Yeah, 100%.
It's comfortably sitting in my top 3, and legitimately, regardless of what's coming out this year, that's definitely Khazan will remain in my top 3 games of the year for sure. But what about you, Barry? How you feeling? How's everything?
I'm liking it. Let me see if I say something again.
Yo, what's up, good boy?
No, that's not. I'm trying to see why is it crackling. Yo, is it still crackling? Can you hear me? Yeah, I know I had the wrong mic on. I was just testing different mics.
You're saying there's an echo. Mic is echoing.
Yeah,
good now.
I know because I was switching out the mics. But yeah, let me know if it's still crackling or whatnot on there. But yeah, I definitely have First Berserker.
They're saying mine's is cat is echoing. Oh, it's an echo gone. All right, never mind.
Yeah, they're like a couple of seconds late. But yeah, I definitely have Khazan up there as the top game for sure. Like I'm legit at the end, and I was doing all of the side missions. I had to do let me tell you something, bro. You have to do that joint again. All the side missions. Just let you know.
I know because you have to do them all in one sitting.
Yeah, I didn't know that until yesterday.
Well, no, I thought that they would have. I thought they would have fixed it before I did that. But what I read was what I saw the other day. I think was you only have to go to the final boss and beat the boss. You don't have to go through the whole thing again.
Yeah, I put up that I did all the side missions. I didn't get the trophy to pop. Somebody commented in there where they was letting me know like, yeah, you can there's an order to get certain trophies because there's like the little side character stories. There's an order to do the side missions, but then like I just went through and just did them again, and I got it to pop this morning. I got to because it is one sitting.
You went to just the final bosses, or you went through the whole.
Not going to lie, yo. I was doing that shit since yesterday. And I put my PlayStation to sleep, rest mode. I woke up this morning. The last couple of ones, I just went straight to the boss fight because I saw that this morning that you can just go straight to the boss fight. I didn't know until this morning. Yeah. But majority, I did it because bro,
bosses you could like one shot because they so low level.
It's easier, bro. I'm over like 100 and some hours. just alone do the side missions. I was like. That's a good 5 hours of doing that for it, but
yeah, I'm gonna do that because some of the other side missions, the final side missions, pop for the final area. But before I do that, I'm gonna do go back and do all the other side missions and then do those after the fact. So
Yo, what is good, y'all? Appreciate y'all coming through. Yo, what's good? Sick. What's good, everybody? Appreciate y'all coming through, man. Like I said, we're gonna breeze through with this show. Got an appointment at 1:00 that I gotta take care of. And then when it pertains to marathon, we'll try to do like a video or impressions, after the stream. I think the stream begins at 1:00. So, yo, Unicron Gaming, Unicron, what is good, man? Appreciate you. With a £5 donation. He said, hello, fellas. Can Barry finally admit that every version of Hulk is better than every version of Thor? Do it. Admit it for the starving kids. I would never admit that. You all crazy. Listen, we closing up shop soon, but I would never admit that. Hulk is garbage. But
how you feeling though? How's everything with you this week, man?
Listen, I ain't even gonna talk about this week, man.
Yeah.
I'm in a good mood. I'm gonna keep it there. You know what I'm saying? But gaming, like I say, it's gonna sound corny, but yo, thank God for gaming. Other hobbies and other activities as well, but gaming is definitely one of those de-stressors or one of those pastimes where I can just sit down, relax, dive into this world, you know what I mean, and take your mind off of things that is, outside of it or whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's why I love video games, man. I'll never stop playing them. Just due to the fun and this, diving in a new world, man. It sound corny, like I said, but it is what it is.
Man, real talk.
But yo, Persona, we're gonna skip on through to our Metal Eden impressions, man. Metal Eden, the demo's up. Shout out to the developers. Oh, by the way, there's a poll up right now. So go and click on the top of the chat so you can see the poll. And definitely give us your thoughts. You know what I mean? Because we're going to talk about that a little bit later. But yeah, Persona Metal Eden demo is up. This is a game that was shown at the PlayStation State of Play. And looked pretty cool. Got to play it. What is your thoughts on Metal Eden, the demo?
Yeah, so I played about maybe an hour of a Metal Eden, and from what I played of it, about 45 minutes to an hour. What I played of it, I thought it was a really, really cool experience. Definitely very reminiscent of like Doom and things of like that. Very fast-paced game. Story seems to be pretty interesting. With games like that, I'm always looking at gun mechanics, movement, and things of that nature. I think the gunplay I think is pretty solid. The movement is really solid as well. My only gripe with the game so far is the fact that I feel like the camera doesn't allow me to be great. And so what I mean by that is when I'm turning, and maybe this is because I've played so much like Call of Duty and things like that, but when it comes to moving the camera horizontal, I got my sensitivity up pretty high. So moving the camera horizontal, I'm seeing that it kind of drags a little bit before it starts to pick up speed, which is something that I really don't like, especially if I'm moving around, jumping side to side and doing all these different things. I need the camera to be able to keep up with the movement. And I feel like playing the demo, the camera's not keeping up with the movement of the character or the pace of the action within a game. So I do, at least when moving it horizontally. So I do think that's something that the developers should take a look at and patch or fix, which I'm pretty sure they probably will. Who knows? But overall, my experience with the game so far, I like it. It's definitely a game that I can see myself picking up and playing. And yeah, definitely check the demo out. It's out now. It's free. You don't need to pre-order anything to play the demo. It's free for everybody. So check it out.
Yeah, like I like the game. The visuals is cool. The core gameplay mechanics I like a lot. The counterplay to the enemies and whatnot. They give you the tools to do what you got to do. The parkour stuff. But yeah, I'm in total agreement, man. I feel like the game is on rails. Like there's like a little rail, and every time you try to turn right or left or you try to strafe, it's like you gotta hit the rail. Then now you can be able to do it. I'm just like, Just let me free flow. It doesn't feel too fluid, in my opinion. Like, it's a very fast paced game, but I'm like, all right, we gotta dodge. Why am I getting hit? Because this damn camera feel mad slow. And I'm a type of person that, yeah, I'll crank my sensitivity real high, but not to the highest like Persona. You know what I mean? Persona will crank his joint to like max. Well, I feel like, yo, this game, I had to crank it all the way max. And it was just like, yo, the hell is going on with this game? But I think it's pretty cool. I think the demo is pretty good. The story concept seems pretty cool. And yeah, it's definitely, I can see myself playing the game, but that camera definitely would have me hesitate to see if I would get this game day one. But yeah, it's a cool game. Definitely give it a try. Like Persona said, the demo is free, and let us know your thoughts in the comment section when you try it out. But yeah, that is the Metal Eden impressions. But Persona, we're gonna start this news. We're gonna get into the news, man. I know no spotlight this week. I know games of the week is, just pretty much the same with Push Square. So shout out to Push Square. Hopefully they'll update it, in the future shows or whatnot. But we got to start off the new spicy Persona for the early birds. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the early birds that's here in the stream. You know what I mean? Checking us out. But we starting off with Naughty Dog, Persona. What you said? You said something?
Naughty Dog.
You said something, bro?
I ain't say nothing. I'm just listening.
All right. You know what I mean? Naughty Dog, they announced the new version of The Last of Us, and it's called the Complete Edition of The Last of Us. I don't even know where to
add that news. Oh, you didn't add that in the news. Okay,
I didn't add it in there because we talking about it, and plus I'm gonna be doing a little unboxing kind of thing, the vibes.
Yeah.
So Naughty Dog announced, or PlayStation announced, that there's a Last of Us Complete Collective Edition. So they're repackaging the two games that they sold separately this generation with the remake of Part 1 and the remaster of Part 2. And they're packaging everything up into one bundle called the Last of Us Complete Edition. They have a collector's edition of the Complete Edition for anyone that wants the game physically. You get a steel book, which looks pretty dope. You get a comic, and you'll get some lithographic art prints, which the art looks pretty dope in my opinion. So they announced this. I was shocked. I was like, what the hell is going on? You know what I mean? You just announced the controller. Now you got a physical, and there's a digital version as well. But if you have the games, you get it free. I just checked, and I uploaded this morning that, matter of fact, I can show y'all. Let me go to my page. I can actually show y'all. Where is it at? Right here. You get it for free. The Last of Us Complete. It will tell you that you purchased the game or whatever, when they announced it, but I ain't purchased nothing. This is just give it to me free. But yeah, collector's edition of the Complete Edition, a complete edition, Persona. There's a lot of questions that we have to ask here. The whys, right? Why is this edition out? Why you named it the Complete Edition? Are you done with The Last of Us? And then that's the timing alone, where you just had a interview or a talk with Neil Druckmann, where he's like, "Yeah, we're done with The Last of Us, but you're putting out more content or more products of The Last of Us," which the TV show is coming out, which starts tomorrow. But let me know your thoughts, Persona, and I'm going to be unboxing this controller.
Yeah. So in terms of the this new collection or collector's edition or whatever you want to call it, I haven't really, because I haven't really been on social media or anything like that this week, so I don't really know what the discourse is per se. But I could imagine what the discourse is with how this community typically is. So when it comes
the discourse is crazy.
I know, which is why I already know what people are complaining about. With the game being oversold, and you really re-releasing it too much, all these other different things, right? I think that when it comes to Last of Us Part 2, the Last of Us franchise, it is one of Naughty Dog's crowning jewels, right? You've got the show coming out, and I think this is them trying to capitalize off of a collection like this for newcomers that may watch the show, watch season 2, or be getting into show, and they've got something that they can kind of latch onto after the fact with a Last of Us collection like this, where you get both games and get to see the whole story so far. I personally don't think that The Last of Us is necessarily over per se in terms of the franchise, only because the franchise is too big, it's too successful, it's too mainstream now, I think, for it to end. I think a trilogy just seems right. And listen, I could be wrong, but I personally would want a trilogy, and you can continue the story with Lev and Abby, right? And see how that plays out. Does she find the Fireflies? Do they find a cure? Does the world get some, whatever they decide to do with a third game? I personally think that there will be a third game at some point in the future. When, I don't know, but I believe that is something that will happen. In terms of, buying this, I'm a big Last of Us fan. I'm a massive Last of Us fan. So for me, I bought this. I pre-ordered this. I have I bought it. I have every steel book of every Last of Us. I have all the collector's editions. So this was a no-brainer for me as a collector, and The Last of Us being one of my favorite franchises of all time. It's a no-brainer for me to want to buy it and collect it. But I could see this being a bigger problem if Naughty Dog had not announced Intergalactic. If we didn't know what Naughty Dog was working on in terms of future projects, my approach and thoughts to something like this would be a little bit more, I would have a little bit more vitriol towards Naughty Dog because we don't know what future projects they're working on. The fact that I know that Intergalactic, The Heretic Prophet, is their next project, is something slated to release in the near future, is something that's actively being worked on, something that we've already seen an initial trailer for, we've already got a concept for, something that looks to be a little bit more Souls-like, more Elden Ringian, or whatever the case may be, and the fact that we will see gameplay soon. I'm not looking at this collection and saying, yeah, Naughty Dog is not doing enough, because I know what their future projects are. So,
they are
not to say, go ahead.
They are milking the Last of Us, rightfully so. Though it's a popular franchise.
It's the most popular franchise. So
they do have a TV show coming out, and just like with Part 1 remake, is to align itself with the TV show. When Part 1 the season 1 was coming out, you have Part 1 to be like, okay, here's the new version, the pretty up version of The Last of Us. Any new fans that is getting into the series from the TV show, you have this pretty up version here. They did Part 2. Season 2 is coming out. So I'm just assuming here, like, there's gonna be new fans for season 2 or get into the show. Here is another repackaged version of the game. Now it's the complete edition of the game. Mm. I get the business side, but yeah, as looking at it from a gamer, looking at it from Naughty Dog, as a fan of Naughty Dog, it's like, yeah, enough is enough. We love The Last of Us, don't get it twisted. But if you can't be going around interviews saying that you're done with the show, he just had a previous interview saying that he does every project like it's his last, so he's not expecting to do it like another sequel or whatnot. And then here you got another edition of the game. Like I get the criticisms from people, but my whole thing is like, I'm not even in complete agreement with them doing another version of this joint. But as a fan of the series, as somebody that does collect some of this stuff, I definitely missed out on the first part 1 collector's edition, and I was pissed off when I missed out on that one. So when I saw this one, I was like, oh yeah, complete edition. There's a collector's edition. Let me go get it. And yo, Persona, me posting up that I pre-ordered the collector's edition of the complete edition, you think anybody will be upset about that?
Yeah, because you're you.
Yo, look at this, bro. 457,000 views on a pre-order picture. Yeah.
Really?
Yo, no cap. On a pre-order picture, bro. Yo, Jack, what's good, Jack? Shout out to one man, Jack move, yo. Like, yo, I understand the criticism, man. Trust me. I understand it. But I got part 2, the collectors.
I'm sure you probably got a lot of people in your comments saying, why'd you buy this? You could have bought this, or you could have saved that money, or trying to give it financial advice to motherfuckers that don't even got a fidelity. Man, let me shut up. Listen, at the end of the day, man, it's your money. You buy what you buy. You feel me? It's the same thing with really anything. Look at the Switch too. I hate to bring that up here, but there's a lot of people that are still gonna buy Switch 2, buy Mario Kart 8, and the two don't equate in terms of, like, obviously Switch 2, Mario Kart World's a brand new title, so I'm not saying that they're equal in that regard. But what I'm saying is the price and whatever they're asking for, people are gonna buy it. People are gonna buy what they buy, man. That's just what it is. The only way you show if you don't like this stuff is not to buy it. You feel me? Me, I'm a big Last of Us fan. I'm a massive Last of Us fan. So for me, they gonna get me. If they releasing steel books or plates or things like that, as a big fan of this franchise, I'm gonna buy it, man. But again, and I agree with you, Bari, I can understand the criticism of, oh, you're re-releasing this too much, or you're milking this, or whatever the case may be. I think that criticism is valid. I'm not even going to argue against that. For me, I'm buying this specifically as a collector and not somebody trying to, because I've played through Last of Us 1 and 2 a million times. I know both of those games like the back of my hand. So, like, for me, it's more of, I'm collecting. I'm a collector. I love, Last of Us memorabilia and all that stuff. So for me, I'm gonna buy it.
Yeah,
but again, if we did not know about Intergalactic and this was all that they were doing, my tone would be very different. My approach would be very, very different, because it's like, yo, we need to see something new from you.
Yeah, like, trust me, I definitely understand why people's upset. If not to say me pre-ordering it, Naughty Dog, you need to get on your P's and Q's, man. But yeah, Persona is right. They did announce Intergalactic. Yeah, definitely was upset about the factions 2 getting canceled.
I'm still pissed at that.
Yeah, but yo, it's 2 games that I personally, I'm gonna speak for myself, I adore. If you got in a collector's edition for that, I'm gonna get it. Everybody value, proposition or level is different. You know what I mean? They could be like Final Fantasy 7. Imagine, I'm scared to show my Final Fantasy 7 stuff to these people. You know how much time I bought that game? You know what I mean? How much time they repackaged that game?
Oh, by the way, I also have the controller too. I'm not opening it. It's a collector's item. I just wanted to put that out there.
Exactly. The controller, the controller. I'm not using this controller.
I'm not using this. This is me strictly as a collector. I bought it.
Like, if you're a fan of a franchise, there's gonna be stuff that you purchase that I'm like, damn, why did I purchase it? But it gives you joy, it gives you pleasure, because you're a fan of what you the game is or whatever it is. You know what I mean? I'm not on there on people's, Twitter's like, yo, oh, why you not getting this? I totally understand why people not getting it, but people don't understand that, yeah, there's a certain fandom for it. And the shit look fire. And I want the comic and I want the cards. You know what I mean? just like part 2. Part 2, the only reason I got part 2, the steelbook, and for the collector cards in there. Open it once, not open it again. You know what I mean? Some people that is not fans of the game or don't understand how much you love the game, they'll question that, like, oh, why did you buy something that you're not even going to open?
I will say, for the record, like this needs to be it. I think at this point,
it ain't gonna be it, bro.
No, I know it's not, but it's out on PC. It's
they got us.
got the complete collection and all this other stuff. Unless you release a third game and then you release a trilogy, like a trilogy type of thing. Like, remember how they used to do? The funny thing is, this isn't new for PlayStation, because when you look at Resistance, they did it with that. When you look at God of War, they've done it with that. When you look at Ratchet and Clank, they've done all-in-one bundles with Killzone. On PS3, they had the double pack from PS2. I mean, the triple pack from PS2.
God of War.
That's why I say God of War. They had the triple pack. That's why I'm saying, like, stuff like this. I mean this as respectfully as possible, but this is the final ride, so I don't give a fuck. This is why I can't really talk to a lot of you in this community, because, like, you really don't know the history. Respectfully, like, I like this shit like this isn't new. They've done double packs and triple packs and shit like this,
bro. They hopped on PlayStation 4, bro.
And again, I'm not really. Again, it is what it is. You feel me? I'm a fan of Last of Us, so I'm gonna buy it. But, like, shit like this ain't new. Like, it really ain't new, man. And so, like, this whining and fucking complaining and crying and shit, man. Like, I really don't care about this shit no more, man. Like, I don't care, bro. Don't buy it. Move on. Don't buy it, man. That's my point. Don't buy it, bro.
You know what's funny? Then we move on from it. I have people, quote unquote, trying to roast me in my tweet, right? And then I'm looking at their pages. I'm scrolling through their media, and I see dudes buying multiple copies of Xenoblade Chronicles. You know what I mean? My man got the physical edition.
How many times did they re-release Devil May Cry trilogy? They did that on PS3. They did it. The original games came out on PS2. Then they did a PS3 HD collection. Then they did a PS4 HD collection. Then they just re-released. Like, bro, they've been doing this for years, for decades, man. Decades.
I would have used Devil May Cry. I would use more something like
No, I would use Devil May Cry, because Devil May Cry 1 and 2 released originally on PS2, and then they did the Devil May Cry HD collection on PS3, and then they did Devil May Cry re-release on PS4. Yeah, they did. They did the HD collection on PS3, and then they did a re-release of the HD collection on PS4.
I thought the HD collection was on PS4. I don't know if it was on PS3. I could be wrong though.
I might be. Well, you know what? I vaguely remember a HD collection on PS3. I could be wrong.
You could be right. You could be right, because I got it. I got the Devil May Cry. I got the HD joint. But I would use more Resident Evil as an example, like especially 4.
Resident Evil is a great example too.
Yeah. You know what I mean? That get released every
Skyrim, Resident Evil, Devil May Cry, Last of Us. How many times have people bought GTA? That game was GTA 5.
I think
no, hold on. GTA 5 is a 13-year-old game. When GTA 5 first came out, I was in college. I'm now a almost mid-30s grown-ass man.
You're old, motherfucker.
I'm old, and they still releasing that shit on other consoles. Come on, man.
I would, like I said, I understand the criticism. And it does look weird. Like, yeah, I don't think it looks weird them re-releasing the game in a new generation. That's something that PlayStation have been doing since forever. But this multiple re-releases within the same generation, You know what I mean? It looks a little bit bad, but they did announce Intergalactic, so it is what it is. But like I said, this is more so to capitalize on the new audience that you're going to be getting.
That's exactly
with-
what it is. The show,
with a TV show?
literally comes out on Tuesday. I mean, on tomorrow. So
Yeah, and
I
if
think
you're
it's been capitalizing on that,
if you're a fan of the games, then you know you're gonna get that steelbook. You're gonna get that, you know, the lithographic cards. You're gonna get the comic book. You know what I mean? And if you're weird like us, you ain't gonna open it.
I'm not opening it. It's a collector's
Yeah, I
item.
mean, that's just what it is, bro. But all right, let's move it along, Persona Man, because we got to talk about PlayStation Plus. Yo, big shout out to Cobb Sanity with a $2 donation. He said also GTA 5, PS3, PS4, PS3, PS4, and PS5. Yeah. Yo, Guap, what's good, bro?
And listen, I want to be clear here, man, because I'm not saying that you're wrong to feel how you feel, right? I want to put that out there and put that disclaimer out there. I'm not saying that anybody's wrong for feeling how they feel or feeling that Naughty Dog is milking the franchise. I don't think you're wrong to feel that way, right? To some degree, they are, right? What I'm saying from my perspective is, don't buy it. I bought it because I'm a big fan of the franchise and it's a collector's item for me. It's something that I want the steelbook. If there was no steelbook, I wouldn't even look twice at this. But the fact that there's a steelbook that I want to collect, it's going to give my money just off the strength of that. But to say, oh yeah, you know, Naughty Dog is, you know, milking the franchise or whatever, I'm not even going to argue against you with that, man.
Yeah, nobody argued that.
I'm not even defending that because I agree. But as a huge fan of this franchise and as a collector, I'm going to buy that. That I'm going to buy.
Yeah. So shut your ass up and buy the goddamn like Listen, I better not see sold out. Next week. You know what I mean? Or when the show is done, season 2. Speaking of that, Persona Man, season 3 it's been greenlit for The Last of Us TV show. Season 1 is not going to cover the whole entire game of part 2, which we kind of figured. Yeah.
We knew that.
Well, just want to let you know that season 3 is greenlit and it will cover the rest of part 2. So look out for Naughty Dog's redesigned edition of the complete edition when season 3.
If they do that, that's nasty, bro.
Yo, if they do that, then they trolling, bro. They trolling. They like, all right.
That's disgusting. Like,
Yo, I heard a new terminology this week too. There's people calling me like a pay pig. You heard that before? I heard like a cow, like a cash cow,
yeah. I guess a pay pig is somebody and I think the reason why they call you a pig,
he was gobbling up.
Pay pig is because regardless of what you put in front of a pig will eat it.
Yeah. Okay. I got it.
They're calling you a pay pig because regardless of what PlayStation will put in front of you, you'll buy it.
Which is not true, but you know, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like Death Stranding, I'm not buying that. I could easily bought a collector's edition for that. Never know. But all right, let's get to the PlayStation Plus. This is the catalog games for April. We got Hogwarts Legacy, Blueprints, the second episode of Lost Record, Bloom and Rage, and we got some more stuff here. So Hogwarts Legacy coming to PlayStation Plus catalog. This is for extra and premium members. Then Blueprints, I see a lot of people talking about this game. The reviews look like it's pretty high, but I haven't checked it out. We on Khazan. Lost Records, Bloom and Rage, the second episode is now out. So it looks like every episode is going into PlayStation Plus for this game.
Yeah.
Road to the Masters. Okay, this is Persona's favorite sports game. Battlefield 1. Is this the one where they say this guy look like BG? He don't look like they changed his character up?
Nah, you don't look. He looked the same to me.
He definitely got the gamer hairline. Yo, listen. I know some of y'all gamers out here, man. Y'all got them jagged edge Vegeta looking hairlines. You know what I mean? Do rag that joint up. Had it up. Listen, I know I'm getting there soon, but you gotta had it up, man. Yeah, he definitely got the Vegeta, the Majin Vegeta hairline out here, boy. Then we got Play Up for the PlayStation 5 and 4. Then the premium stuff. This look like the catalog. I mean the classics, Alone in the Dark 2. And then War of the Monsters. So Persona, everything that you've seen here for the catalog games of PlayStation Plus, Extra and Premium. What is your overall score?
So my overall score is actually going to be a C. The only thing that really stands out to me personally is Hogwarts Legacy, which I've already played and platinumed, and Lost Records, Bloom and Rage. Everything else I don't care for at all. Even the classics.
You don't care for Blueprints?
No.
You don't care for the review scores?
No, I don't care. And War of the Machine, War of the Monsters.
That's a classic.
Isn't that old school NES game where you had to fight, you had to like destroy the buildings and all that? Is that War of the Monsters? Or am I thinking
Yeah, this is
There's like
what's the people that made the NBA Jam games? What they call again?
Oh, I forgot the name of them, but okay.
I think it's the same people. I remember this.
Rampage. That I loved Rampage. Rampage was a fun.
Now
fun
Rampage
game.
was like, what's that?
Yeah.
Like Genesis and Super Nintendo.
Yeah, NES.
This came out PS2. Yeah, it's a PS2 joint. Midway Acclaim. Midway Acclaim. There you go. Midway Acclaim.
I thought this was like a re-release of that, but I forgot the name of the game. But I'm thinking of Rampage when I think of the old school game. So no, I'm good. Yeah, all of this I'm good. So it's a C for me personally.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a C minus, man. You know, I think the overall PlayStation Plus collection has been pretty cool, but this month, you know, a little on the weaker side for me personally as far as interest. I already have Hogwarts Legacy as well. Battlefield, we Gucci. Blueprints, it looks cool. I added it to my library. You know, we'll see if we get to it, but yeah, I give it a C minus as well. For the PlayStation Plus catalog games. Moving right along, we have the top downloaded games here for March. And can you guess what's number one, Persona?
Of course, Assassin's Creed Shadows.
Incorrect. MLB The Show 25 was number one. AC Shadows was number two.
Oh no, I thought you meant most voted top new game in the store. Player's Choice. Never mind. Sorry.
Oh no, this is the downloaded one. Then we got Split Fiction and Monster Hunter Wilds, WWE 2K25. The typicals. I'm really happy that I'm seeing. Well, I'm not surprised about AC Shadows. Assassin's Creed games are huge. You know what I mean, as far as popularity. I'm happy to see a game like Split Fiction in the top 3, though.
Yeah, I'm happy to see. I think first Berserker Khazan needs to be higher on this list in the US. I don't know what's going on with you people, but I need this to be in top 10 at least, because first Berserker Khazan is absolutely a top 10 title.
First Berserker Khazan is a Game of the Year contender, bro.
Absolutely.
100%.
100%.
And it's going to get robbed like Lives of P because a lot of people is going to gimp out of it. A lot of people going to be like, I don't want to play no hard game. Yo, Bleach Rebirth of Souls beat out. Hey, yo, that's funny as hell, bro. You know, which they did fix it up. We're going to talk about this a little bit later. I didn't get enough time to play around with the new update yet, but they did fix some stuff up in this game, which is better quality of life. In the battle mechanics side of things. But yeah, these are the top downloaded games. You know what I mean? I don't see Final Fantasy VII Rebirth on there. So y'all PlayStation fans, y'all need to get it together.
Monster Hunter Wild is still holding strong as well, which I think is good.
Oh yeah, Monster Hunter, I think gonna be there forever.
Yeah, it's gonna be there for a while.
You know what? You're right. I did skip the player's choice.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you're right. The player's choice for March, Assassin's Creed Shadows won for March 2025 top new game, which
I'm conflicted here, Barry, because
it's not my personal pick, but I'm not surprised.
No, I'm not surprised either because, Assassin's Creed Shadows is also another one of my most anticipated games for this year. I started it, but then when Khazan came out, Khazan just kind of pulled me in. So I got to get back to this and platinum this at some point. But I personally want Khazan to win March. Like Khazan,
Yeah.
first Berserker Khazan really is that good of a game. Like it's not no cap, it's not no exaggeration. It really is that good. Um, so yeah, but congrats to Assassin's Creed Shadows. I think it's deserving as well.
Yeah, like Assassin's Creed Shadows, I'm not surprised that, a lot of people pick it. It's a much bigger game. But yo, really and truly, first Berserker Khazan, the story is amazing. It's a Souls-like, game, but it has great story. The characters, side characters are pretty cool. And it's just a world that I think a lot of people, if they dive into it, they'll be more, interested in it. And I would love to see Khazan be more popular because the DNF or the DFO world, I would love to see those characters, transition to their own games as well. You know what I mean? So yeah, hopefully Neopol or Nixon, they will create more DNF characters with their own games. Some of them don't even have to be like a Souls-like game, but if they do another Souls-like game, I wouldn't be upset at it because they did a great job with this one.
I will say that Assassin's Creed Shadows, this is definitely one of the most polished Assassin's Creed games they've released in a very long time. Very beautiful. They really did their thing with Assassin's Creed Shadows. So AC Shadows is very much deserving of the win as well.
Yeah, but it's not my pick.
No, it's not mine either.
But you know what is my pick or something that I do like? I was about to press the wrong button. The PlayStation Portal. You know what I mean? PlayStation Portal remote player got a new beta update that's releasing for certain people that's in the beta program. PlayStation, where is my code? You know what I mean? You just released some beta program with having people sign up. How the hell I ain't in this beta program, PlayStation? Well, you know what? I need to check. I checked the day of this article, but I didn't check again. But it's a cool update. Let's talk about it a little bit because now they're adding some sorting to the PlayStation cloud streaming. So if you have PlayStation Premium, you have access to cloud streaming beta for your portal. One of the biggest issues with it is that it's a list of every game that's within the cloud, the PlayStation Premium catalog, and you can stream them. But if you wanted to get to a certain game, you had to scroll through all of that. But now you have this sorting option that you can do. Recently added to PlayStation Plus, that's smart. The classics A to Z, Z to A, and release date old to new and new to old. So I think that's a very nice quality of life update there. Also, this one surprised me. A capture gameplay. So now you can use the capture button to capture gameplay while streaming. So they have the options, the press once, display, the create menu, hold, press and hold to take a screenshot, and press twice to start and finish a recording a clip. So yeah, this is pretty cool, man, because I've used the cloud streaming stuff. I've used remote. This is part of the cloud streaming. This is not off the remote player, because the remote player, you have access to that stuff because it's just mimicking what you're doing in the PlayStation 5. But having this in here is pretty cool. So when you do capture any screenshot, when you capture any gameplay, it's going to be added to your library, your captures. And, they have the whole mobile update thing now. But yeah, I think this is pretty cool, man. Great update here so far. Oh, the queues is back. This is not really nothing new, to be honest with you. They've been having the queue since the start of Gaikai. You know what I mean? I've definitely seen queues before in cloud streaming. So it's kind of surprising seeing this here, but it is what it is. But they have an estimated wait time, which they always had. And then now if you're just idling, you can actually pause their streaming without you getting kicked out of the streaming session. So yeah, that's pretty dope. And then there's a notification of inactivity. I was letting you know, which this was always here in the streaming stuff. I guess now it was here in the portal version of the cloud streaming. But your Persona, what's your thoughts, man? And the user feedback is here as well. What's your thoughts on this cloud streaming beta, new updates that's coming through for the portal?
Yeah, I think this is good for the portal. Definitely making it a much more viable standalone device as opposed to just being a companion device to the PlayStation 5. So I think all of this is good additions, and I think things will just keep getting better as they improve incrementally on the cloud streaming aspect of the portal. I could definitely see them releasing a pro version of this portal or something else at some point later in the future as well. I feel like all of this is definitely beta testing for whatever the real product will be at some point in the future.
Yep, I like it. I'm going to check again to see if I got the update for the beta, and I'll check back in with y'all. But there was a nice little subtle update that came to your PlayStation 5 Persona. I don't know if you caught on, but they added new backgrounds for your little homepage for the PlayStation 5. So they now have PlayStation games as animated backgrounds, right? So you have where you first had it, you had only Astrobot, but now you have Days Gone, Demon Souls, Ghost of Tsushima, Ghost of Yote, God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Call of the Mountain, Horizon Forbidden West, Horizon Lego Horizon Adventure, Ratchet and Clank, Rise of the Ronin, Stellar Blade, and MLB The Show. I don't know if you got to try this out. Did you end up trying this out, or did you see it?
I seen that there was some new themes available, but I didn't try any of them out yet. But this is cool that they're at least trying to add themes back to PlayStation 5 in some capacity, at least within the welcome screen. I'm interested to see what they look like though. Once I'll try it out later on today.
Yeah, some of them I think they chose like the right picture for some of them, but some of the pictures just like, all right, there's too much. Regardless of how you set up how you customize your overlay, the pictures still get blocked. Like I feel like the Days Gone is the best one. The Astrobot, the Ghost of Yote one is pretty cool. But they said this is animated, but it feels very lazy. It's your games. I feel like the animations could be better with some of the titles of some of the games here. I also feel like if you're bringing back like a theme, quote unquote, where is the sound? Where is the music? You know what I mean? At that point, like the PlayStation 30th anniversary background, you could change the sound of the system. You know what I mean? So if you want to replicate how the PlayStation 2 sound, how the PlayStation 3 sound, why is that not added like the old school themes back in the day, where if I picked a certain game, system wide, the tones of that game, the menus, if I have Final Fantasy, you hit a and you go into something, you could have did that with this here at that screen, but the sounds and the tones could be system wide, like how the 30th anniversary. That's just my thoughts.
No, I agree with that as well. I do think that they've regressed from PS4 to PS5 when it comes to just basic things that we had, and for them to just expect us to just be like, oh, okay, we're okay with not having that. It's just not going to happen. I think themes, I think they need to do a better job of the themes for sure. I haven't tested any of these, so I'm not going to speak to these personally, but I just think in general, this is a conversation we've had on this podcast for years, barring when it comes to themes and the importance of themes, especially if you spent money on themes like I have. I bought a lot of themes from the PS4 PlayStation store that now are rendered useless, because you can't use any of that stuff on the PlayStation 5. So I do think that they've regressed in a negative way and they need to figure out a way of incorporating themes in a more meaningful way to where you can really make your PlayStation 5 feel like your PlayStation 5, you know. So yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I agree 100%. Like, I think it's a great start. It's a cool start. Like I said, some of them I feel like it blends in really well. But some of the pictures, I'm just like, you could have chose a different picture or a better picture. And if you're gonna go and put themes, of your games in the background, like go the route of the PlayStation 30th anniversary with the sounds and all that.
Yeah.
My opinion,
Yeah.
but we'll see.
Somebody calling you.
1 second.
Yep.
Yo, I have Days Gone Remaster Horde Assault. I'll be there 1 second.
All right.
I want to see if this person came.
All right. Yeah, so the Days Gone Horde Assault, I do think that's something that is pretty interesting. You know, I think Days Gone Remaster in general is one of those things where, you buy it if you want, you buy it if you don't want it. But, $10 upgrade path, that's something to be expected. I'm not too mad at that per se, you feel me? But the fact that they added in the Horde mode, I do think that is a cool addition as well when it comes to Days Gone. But I'm gonna be honest, when it comes to how I feel about Days Gone, I personally feel that we've been robbed from really being able to experience what a Days Gone 2 would be like. And maybe this remaster will be, them testing the waters again to see if, people really want that. Who knows, right? But as cool as this is, and definitely gonna check this out and replay Day. I love Days Gone the game. I do think Days Gone as a game. And the funny thing is, I said this back in the day when it first came out. I it did have its issues, right? There were definitely some performance issues and things like that. Minor performance issues, but I think the overall game and experience and the concept and what they were doing, I loved it. I love Days Gone a lot. So for me personally, I'm definitely going to replay this. You get a lot of game with Days Gone as well. The Horde mode definitely looks really, really cool. I'm definitely going to play through the Horde mode and see what's up. And I think you get more trophies with this as well. But I personally, I love Days Gone, so I'm there for this for sure. And I think this is a welcomed addition for sure.
Yeah, the Horde. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
The Horde Assault mode is a great addition, in my opinion. So it's like reading the description. Horde Assault offers a fresh and unexpected gameplay designed to challenge your skills as you try to achieve high scores while surviving as long as possible against increased horde sizes and various other enemies. The breakers, the reachers, the rage bears. Remember them bears, bro? You know what I mean?
What you like, if you played the full game, it's pretty much those big horde nests that you could take out to kind of lower the numbers, but it's its own mode, and they're actually making it wave based and all sorts of stuff. Which I think is pretty much zombies, which I think is cool. I like that. Especially in a world like Days Gone. I think that's a cool thing, and you get to play with a lot of the other characters like Boozer and all those other characters. So I think it's cool.
Yeah, like it's definitely kind of like zombies. I would have loved to see like some type of multiplayer aspect to this.
That's what I'm saying. You beat me to it, bro. I was gonna say, like, I don't understand. Fuck it, man. These are the last 10 episodes. I don't get. I really don't get PlayStation today, man. Like, I just don't get the stupid shit that they do, where it's like you want to capitalize off these games, extend the life, put more stuff into these games, or whatever the case may be, but you won't add like something as simple as a co-op, where even if it's just 2 players, you and a friend, and y'all survive together. I just don't get why something as simple and small like that and that could extend the life even further, or why don't you have like, cool, and then like if you do add the co-op experience, you can add cool costumes from other games to, that people can buy, and I just don't understand the thinking behind this. And then you say you want to do live service and do all this shit, but you won't even
Start with
for
some
your
multiplayer.
existing franchises. You won't even try to do that. It's same thing with. I don't want to bring up factions because that's what it is. But even with what they did add in with The Last of Us 2, whatever mode that is, that could have been a cool little 2-player thing too, and made it more expansive, whatever. I don't know, but for something like Days Gone, why is there not a co-op? Why can't you play with a friend?
You know what's kind of upsetting?
They make it just so stupid to me. And then they wonder why shit fail because you do stupid shit. Think.
You know what's kind of upsetting? The fact that you do have an example of something that can work, like a Ghost of Tsushima Legends, which that was like a perfect mode that you can play by yourself, or you can just play with your friends if you want to. You know what I mean? Or you can just match up with people, online. Like just reading more of like the details of what they add in here, the survival mode, the Horde assault. Like you would think like this would be pretty cool to add some multiplayer with your friend as you take down some of these hordes. But I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. But all we got is closed studios and canceled projects. So whatever.
And $10 extra, which I'm not mad at the $10 extra. I think adding a new mode to this remaster, all of the content that you're getting within these new modes, you can definitely be playing this for a very long time. But I definitely wish they would have added some multiplayer on here. Especially
something simple, like just and again, I'm not asking for the sun, moon, and the stars. Something's just simple, like, hey, now you can play with a friend. You and a friend can play Horde assault mode together. Just
Persona, what game were they making before they announced?
Who knows? Who cares?
What type of game was it?
Multiplayer.
That's what I'm saying, right?
Stupid, bro. Shit is just dumb. Nobody's thinking, bro. It's just dumb shit. And or they listening to the wrong people. The wrong people are in the rooms. For the people that claim to have their ear to the community, they don't know what the fuck they talking about either. Respectfully. You don't. Because if I was in a room, I would have told you, yeah, if you're going to re-release this, yeah, do it. But you should have at least a cool little 2-player co-op to give it to extend the life of the game a little bit more. But what do I know? I ain't shit.
This is a PlayStation now. You know what I'm saying? But with that being said, Persona, PlayStation is winning big at the BAFTA awards.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? We got some results here. With the BAFTA awards, it's like the British. I forgot what BAFTA mean. I know it's in like something British though. You got Astrobot, winners of Best Animation. Astrobot, audio achievement. Astrobot is the winner of that. Best game, Astrobot. There's a lot of other games I'm listing here, but PlayStation centric one I'm listing off. Best family game, Astrobot. Game design, Astrobot. Multiplayer, Helldivers 2. Imagine that. You imagine that, man. Multiplayer.
Friends.
Music, Helldivers 2.
No. No. What were the choices for that? Because that don't sound right to me. Respectfully.
Astrobot, Black Myth, Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth, Hellblade 2, and Star Wars Outlaws.
Final Fantasy didn't win that? That's crazy. That is insane. Final Fantasy.
I guess the BAFTA they ain't like Stellar Blade either.
Nothing. Stellar Blade wasn't nominated for nothing.
Who?
Stellar Blade.
Oh, let me see Stellar Blade. Let me see game design. No, I don't see Stellar Blade for nothing here.
And again, this is the stuff that I talk about. Like a game like Stellar Blade, they worked really hard in that game, and outside of the aesthetic, because obviously that's what a lot of people like to hyper focus on is the aesthetic of Eve with, the big booty and big titties and all this other shit. And so people think that everybody is just in it for that. No, the story and concept of Stellar Blade and the combat is really, really good, man. It really is. And I feel like that's a game that deserves more industry recognition, but it won't get that industry recognition because it goes against. Never mind. Listen, Stellar Blade is a great game. Check it out. But congrats to the winners. Astrobot cleaning up. I think Astrobot is a great game, a great franchise. Congrats to Team Asobi, man. I think they did really good with that game. And the continuous support that they've done with that game, I think also deserves a nod as well, man. Like I really do like the fact that they've really been upgrading that game and supporting it really well. So congrats to Astrobot. Congrats to Stellar Blade.
Stellar Blade wasn't nominated.
Congrats to Astrobot and congrats to Hell Divers too, for winning at the BAFTAs.
Yeah, I mean, Astrobot is an amazing game. I love the hell out of Astrobot. Don't get it twisted. I love the fact that they continue to support it. But some of these awards, yeah, I don't think it deserves to get some of these awards. Not dissing Astrobot because I love the game. I platinum the game. But 2024 is a lot of competition out there, and
It was.
Stellar Blade definitely deserved to be up there in a lot of these categories, in my opinion. But
Unless people didn't play the game. Shut up.
but shout out to the BAFTA, and shout out to PlayStation cleaning up, winning a lot of awards over there.
Congrats to them, man.
Let's get into some quick news. Matter of fact, before we get into the quick news, Persona, let's give me your thoughts on Marathon. Like, are you interested in Marathon?
No.
Are you anticipating the game?
No.
Are you going to purchase it?
No. Tentatively. No, but realistically, listen, do I want to see the gameplay? Sure. Do I want to see what it's like? Hopefully it looks good and all that stuff. Yeah, absolutely. But I again, with both PlayStation and Bungie as well, because Bungie has been in the shitter as well with, the financials and some of the dumb decisions they've been doing with Destiny, and then PlayStation with how they've been moving with this live service push and all this other shit. I'm not feeling nothing live service coming from PlayStation, man. Like I'm especially after you cancel Concord and then all the issues with leadership and stuff like that was happening at Bungie and all these other different things. My faith in PlayStation when it comes to live service is next to zero. Do I want to see the gameplay? Absolutely. Do I hope if the gameplay looks good and is intriguing and I try the game out and it pulls me in? Sure. Will I pick it up or support it? Sure. But it's an extraction shooter, something that's not really my forte, something that I'm not really clamoring to play or really spend a whole lot of time in per se. So that also is what has me not really looking at this game with a lot of hype and excitement. I love Bungie. I think Bungie are masters at the games that they have created in franchises with Halo and Destiny. I love both of those franchises tremendously. I know Marathon has a lot of old school appeal because of the early 90s with the original Marathon that released on PC. This is kind of a lot of that hype is coming from that early 90s era of that Marathon when it comes to this project as well. So I can understand there being a lot of hype and excitement with wanting to see what this is. I want to see what it is as well. But PlayStation inability to release successful live service games and their inability to truly capitalize on and truly understand the landscape of live service and truly give games a chance. I don't have any faith in any live service they release going forward. You're going to have to really prove it to me. So I'm not jumping on no bandwagons, and I'm not just going to be automatically excited for a live service coming from PlayStation, looking at what has transpired over the last 2 years with the live service projects that you've released. Sorry. That grace is gone.
So is this game supposed to be out releasing this year?
I don't know. I would maybe.
So is it releasing this year? And do you think we're going to get an announcement as far as a beta with this game?
We might get a beta. I think we will get a beta announcement for sure. When it comes to this, because it's Bungie, so I think we will get a beta announcement or sign-ups or whatever after they show the gameplay. Yeah.
So are you gonna sign up for it?
Yeah.
If
I
there
will.
is a bit like I have no excitement for marathon. Just to keep it a buck. That's due to the genre. Like I'm not against like an extraction shooter, but I kind of want something a little bit more competitive from PlayStation. And from what I'm hearing, from what people told me, that it's going to be like a PvPvE type ordeal type game. So that kind of got me to like, all right, let me see, get some interest here for it. So we're definitely gonna be checking out the gameplay. I don't know if we won't be able to do a live reaction to it, but I don't know if you want to talk about it in like a video later on Persona, or we could probably live it if you want to wait.
Yeah, we could do a live. We could do a live watch, later and talk and give our thoughts.
All right, so I'm not gonna watch nothing on this because, like I said, I got an appointment 1:00. So, when everything is done, I'll let you know, and we'll set it up to just watch it. But I like how the game looks. I like the colors. I like the aesthetic. They leaked out like 2 characters. I'm not going to show it because it was a leak. That I was like, okay, I like the ninja looking lady. She looks pretty cool. The other robot character looked pretty generic, but I got my eyes on it, but I'm not excited for it. I'm not excited for it. You know what I mean? Especially how, yeah, like you said it perfectly. Like I don't think PlayStation is executing the live service games initiative properly. And when there is some hurdle in the road of their live service initiative, they're quick to cancel it. You know what I mean? Rather than adjusting like how a live service game should be doing. You know what I mean? I get that, live service games, it's very risky to release them, and yeah, they do get canceled in a matter of months or a year. But 2 weeks?
Crazy.
We couldn't even get to season 1 after you put up a whole blog article of 3 seasons of this game, and you canceled it in 2 weeks because whatever reasons, which understandable. It's a lot of money.
And then shut the studio down after the fact.
Yeah, I mean that's the lifestyle you kind of pick if you're going into that
you cancel
that genre.
Then you had a God of War live service. Then you canceled the project from Ben after all this we cooking bullshit.
Craziness.
Then you
Factions.
Then you cancel Factions. Then you cancel the project from London Studio. Then you shut down London Studio. Why would I go into any live service project from you with good faith?
And you know what?
No.
They do have a silver lining, which is Helldivers 2, right? But even with Helldivers 2, the developers have said certain things, right? To be like, oh, we want to protect the fan base of people signing up for a PlayStation account on PC, and this is to better the multiplayer environment and all that stuff. And they just quickly, any type of hurdle PlayStation go through with any type of multiplayer. Oh, you know what? Nah, we'll renege on that. Now you get an incentive, free trinkets just to get a sign up for a PlayStation multiplayer game or a PlayStation game. You know what I mean? So yeah, like my excitement for it, I would definitely have to see a lot more of this game and play for myself. But even if I was to like it, I don't even know if I want to get too excited because I don't know what PlayStation would do in a matter of 2 weeks, a month, 3 months. You know what I mean? And I personally feel that because I seen that there's a lot of people getting they're getting like I think they got like a access code to the game, or they've been playing it. A lot of notable YouTubers and whatnot. But I'll be honest with you, I'm happy for a lot of people that got to play it, and I'm definitely looking forward to a lot of people's opinions. But some of y'all opinions, I'm not looking forward to watching that shit. But some of y'all don't post no gameplay. I don't see you playing no multiplayer games. If I ain't play a game with you, I'm not trusting shit you got to say when it comes to multiplayer. You know what I mean? But you might be ass and you're giving out whack ass information to PlayStation that they're listening to your whack ass playing this game, and that's going to ruin my excitement or my playthrough of the goddamn game because they cater to your whack ass. Respectfully. Well, my bad. We go now. Some of these dudes, they ass, bro, in these games, bro. They are ass, and I'm saying that with a extra list. They are ass in these games. Okay. And even if you're ass in these games, at least some people are showing it. There's other people that's not even showing no gameplay. How am I to listen to you? And I'm looking at your channel, I'm looking at your Twitter, and I don't see no gameplay, within the genre or anything. What am I listening for? This is what PlayStation listen to. Who are you trying? You know what I'm saying? Like I'm confused.
Hey, listen. It's like I said, I'm just a gamer trying to share my experiences with the world. I'm a gamer. Episode 200, I'm just a gamer. I'm gonna buy what I like, and that's it, bro. I'm not. Y'all can have all this. I'm good. Y'all can have all
that shit crazy, bro.
I'm good. Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's go into some quick news here, Persona. Just to let y'all know. This is a PlayStation Plus price hike happening in South America mostly, where
Australia as well.
And who? Oh, Australia as well. Yep,
Latin
yep.
America, Australia, and Asian countries.
Yeah, I just see the update right here. Yep. Yo, so the reason why I put this in here, because it's just a matter of time.
Oh yeah, it's coming. It's coming to America.
It's just a matter of time till we get another price hike. The console gamer, boy. You know what I mean? All these countries. Argentina, Bolivia, Chile, Colombia, Costa Rica, Ecuador, El Salvador, Guatemala, all these countries. Price hikes.
Panama, Paraguay,
Nicaragua,
Uruguay.
Paraguay, Uruguay. We say Mexico, Panama, and now Australia. Oh, yo, Australia's already pricey though, man, ain't it?
Yeah, it is.
Jeez.
I mean, listen, PlayStation would rather up the price than also make it a requirement on PC. And I'm not saying it needs to be I'm saying that the console gamer of today, let me rephrase because that came out wrong. Let me rephrase all of that. The console gamer of today, I think a lot of these companies look at as really the ones that's going to supplement and support these companies.
The backbone.
The backbone. As much as they claim consoles are dying and all this other shit, I really think it's the backbone, man. And I'm saying all of console gaming, not just PlayStation, Xbox to a much lesser extent, but Xbox and Nintendo as well. As we saw with how Nintendo has been moving. I think these companies look at the console gamer as the backbone because they see them as the ones that will be willing to buy or support, as we can see with a lot of things that happen within gaming, this stuff. But
they look at a console gamer.
It's gonna come a point in time when you're gonna push it too far. And you're going to push yourself into bankruptcy.
Listen.
Or unsustainability. Let me say that.
PlayStation Persona is the OnlyFans girl. And the console gamers are the Sims that subscribe to that shit. You know what I'm saying? We know it's bad, bro. But we stay subscribing. Huh? You know what I mean? That's one thing I'll probably agree with them PC motherfuckers. I'll tell you that. I agree with them PC motherfuckers that console gamers, yeah, we don't have a stance for shit. I tell you know what I mean? Because,
Yo, no, you did not. Yo, did you really just say that PlayStation is the only fan, or consoles are the only fan girls, and we just yo get the
Yo,
fuck.
we the simps, bruh. You know what I mean? Go, yo. At the end of the day, as console gamers, right? We will complain, price hike, but we're not gonna stop playing on multiplayer games, right?
I'll stop buying into the service. Yeah,
I mean, you know what I'm saying, bruh? They are putting their games on a platform that doesn't require a subscription service, and nobody's batting an eye. Yo, when I brought that shit up like 4 years ago, people was getting mad at me. They was getting mad at me. It's like, well, it's a business. We're more worried about PlayStation. That's all I said. They're the only fan girl. We're more worried about PlayStation, right? Than PlayStation themselves. To be honest with you.
So if when PlayStation goes day and date PC, you moving on?
If they go day and date PC, yeah, I'll definitely move on for sure. Like as far as like getting the games there, yeah. You know what I mean? I still like to buy like consoles and new consoles. So I'm not going to say negate or say that I won't buy a console, to be honest with you. But like, yo, if they go day and date, there's no real reason for you to be on a console. You're paying too much. You know what I mean? You got your shit on layaway and you're getting charged interest.
This the thing that like really like eats at, and it's been eating at me for like I think like the last 2 years, like longer than that, but the last 2 years I think is really when it's really started to like bubble up.
Yo, what's good? 108.
When you look at the amount of stuff that you pay into on consoles, right? You buying these $70 games or soon to be $80 games. You're buying the subscription service with PS Plus and all this. You're buying the controllers, the components, and you're buying all this stuff. So then when you demand or expect announcements or expect updates for games, and you get these people, some developers or some of these people that like turn their nose up and tell you like you got to be patient. And it's like no, motherfucker. I bought into this. I'm spending money. I'm a consumer. You can't update me. What kind of shit is that? And that
Persona, you're entitled. You're entitled.
No, I'm not entitled. I'm not entitled. Right? It's not about being entitled. As somebody that buys into the ecosystem, has bought into the ecosystems for decades, to look at PlayStation and say, I want to showcase, or you should do showcases more and show off these games and give us a glimpse into what you're doing. That's not me being entitled. That's me as a consumer wanting to see what a product that I've invested in. What are you doing? And if that makes me entitled, then so be it. I'm going to continue to be entitled because I think that's how PlayStation they need to be more transparent, especially if you up in the price of all this shit. And you spending all this money, and you got people spending all this money.
Yeah, like my thing with PlayStation Plus, like I said when they announced that whole live service games day and date, like I said that they started trickling that stuff years ago, and I brought this up to a lot of people, and y'all was saying I'm crazy. The fact that you do have a platform that doesn't have a requirement like a PlayStation Plus to play the games online, right there from the start, you shouldn't be having that requirement for PlayStation Plus on the console. If you find value in PlayStation Plus as far as the free games, the sales, and whatever else it offers, then stay subscribed. But the online aspect, that is a whole other platform. And you as a platform holder putting the games on a whole different platform that doesn't require the same requirement on your platform, it's crazy. And I don't understand how people don't see that shit. You know what I mean? We're going into like year 4. I mean, talking about that, and y'all still be like, well.
I get that times are different, but that the times being different don't matter to me. I'm still a consumer. I don't give a fuck when the time changes. Me as a consumer, my expectations don't change. But everybody is willing to change their expectations, but still spending more money. Nah, man. You charging all this money. Games are what they are, and listen, it is what it is. I'm not arguing against that. I'm saying my argument is more so with how you're moving, despite all the money that's being spent, the records that you continuously breaking, and all this other stuff that's happening. You moving funny, PlayStation.
Yep.
No
But
announcement. No. Where's PlayStation Experience? No community event. Like you ain't doing shit. But then it's all this money being spent. Listen, you go day and date. I tell you right now, PlayStation. If you go day and date PC, it's over. You might as well pack it up. You might as well pack it up, bruh. Yeah, you'll still have people that'll stick around, but pack that shit up, man.
Yeah, like I definitely missed the community events. You know what I mean? And now you have more people within the PlayStation community or PC gamers. You still not doing that stuff. It's kind of weird to me. Yo, but shout out to 108 Dragon Man. Appreciate the $5 donation. So the gaming industry is struggling and they can't get people to buy games now. Raising the price will make it worse. Speak with their wallets. They'll learn. Yeah, definitely. But that's the thing. Like, at the end of the day, it's hard because not everyone have the same type of stance or the same type of likes to video games. That's why when The Last of Us, complete edition came out, a lot of people was upset about that, rightfully so. But there are people that's going to pre-order like me because I look at that as value as far as, okay, this is something that I want. It might not be something that, other millions of people don't want, but everybody have different stances. And that goes with PlayStation Plus. That goes with, price. Let's look at a price tag with Nintendo. You know what I mean? Some people don't care about $80. Some people do. There's no real stance.
People still gonna buy it though. Like Mario Kart Worlds, that's still gonna sell even at that $80 price tag. Nintendo knows it. Even the gamer that's complaining knows it. Everybody knows it. And once the industry sees that, the industry is gonna move accordingly. That's why I'm telling you, GTA 6, that's another game. That shit's gonna be $100 when it release. And everybody gonna complain and cry and bitch.
Before you go on, let's get through some of this news, Persona. My bad. Because I do have two little questions that I want to ask because we did bring up the Switch a little bit. But just want to say this here. Bleach Rebirth of Souls, new update came. This is something that we was going to talk about last week, but fortunately, whatever. But Bleach Rebirth of Souls, new update came to adjust a lot of the characters, fixing a lot of the unwanted infinites in the game. And they also mentioned the most requested features, rank play, which they are currently considering its implementation. So they're considering rank play, which is crazy. I definitely think they need to consider or look at the lobbies and spectator mode. That is more important than rank play at this moment, because Bleach, I don't look at it as like a serious game anyway. So that's my quick opinion on it. But I do think the game is really, really fun to play. Other quick news. Season 2 Marvel Rivals is here and everybody's going to the gala where they introduce Emma Frost, and she looking good, man. Emma Frost looking good. She looking thick. Yeah, you read about that, man. We haven't been on Marvel Rivals in a minute, but everybody getting new costumes and whatnot as well. Season 2 is definitely looking pretty dope, man. I'll definitely jump on a little bit later. But
I haven't been on in a while, so I definitely want to check out Emma because she's Vanguard as well, which means she's tank, and I've seen her abilities, and she looked like that command grab looked crazy, and she looked like she a problem. So I definitely want to try her out, check her out, and see what's up.
Yeah, and the new costumes look dope. You see my girl Magic with the X-Men costume, Storm with the new costume. Everybody looking fire in season 2, man. I'm liking all of the costumes so far. You know what I mean? Yeah. This is like the right approach to a live service game.
Yep.
The one game you should be copying.
You ain't. Crazy.
You ain't. Pure craziness. But yeah, that is season 2. What else I got here? I do have up here Assassin's Creed got a PlayStation 5 Pro update where it's adding the whole PSSR implementation, and they also added new horse auto follow and speed adjustments or speed improvements. And the biggest thing, in my opinion, one, you can reset your mastery nodes, and two, you're no longer locked to 30 frames per second in the hideout. So whatever mode you're playing on, say you're playing on performance and you go to the hideout, it's 30 frames, and it just looks weird going back to 30, then going to 60, then going back to 30, it just looks weird. But now it's unlocked frame rates or wherever you have it in the hideout.
That's a good look. That's a good look. I like that.
Also, I thought this was really good. Oh, I ain't even showing it. This was a really good implementation as well. Selling and dismantling multiple items, because you do get a lot of items in this game where you're gonna be picking up and exploring, and it's just cool that you have that option, which surprisingly wasn't there. I'll tell you what. But yeah, if you made it this far, here are your trophies. Hopefully you heard that one. Do have them on Discord as well. That's for the backup. Where is it at? Sound a little different though, Discord. But yeah, we're going to get into the topic real quick, man. Persona. I got 2 questions that I want to ask, bruh. 2 questions that I want to ask you, Persona. Persona. Can you hear me, Persona?
I hear you loud and clear, bro.
So the Switch 2 got announced, and we are a PlayStation-centric podcast, so we're going to lean everything towards the PlayStation aspect of this announcement. With the Switch 2 announcement and display, do you think the industry or PlayStation will move to a more hybrid approach to the console going forward?
No.
Or do you want a hybrid approach to the consoles going forward as well?
No, I don't want that at all. Let PlayStation do what they do. They dominate in the home console market. When it comes to being in your entertainment center, more than likely it'll be a PlayStation. So I don't think that PlayStation needs to follow in the steps of Nintendo with trying to create a hybrid console like that. No, they can have something like what they got with the Switch. I mean, with the Portal, where it could be something that's in addition to. But I do think the home console still is something that's very important for the living room. You're muted.
Yeah, I'm in total agreement, man, because the reason why I'm asking is because definitely want to put that thought out there that I can see the value, and okay, the hybrid approach definitely has a place within the market, but I don't want PlayStation to go down that angle, regardless on how popular the Switch and the Switch 2 will be. You know what I mean? Because as cool and as convenient as the hybrid option can be, it's still very limiting as far as how you can push the games. You know what I mean? With a smaller, mobile type chipset or whatnot. And I like the approach of like the PlayStation 5. I like the approach of the PlayStation 5 Pro, and something to complement that, like a Portal. Even if PlayStation was to go full handheld and have the Portal features as well with that handheld, I would still want them to do an actual console itself rather than just having it hybrid. You know what I mean? Because I'm looking at the Switch games. I'm like, yeah, the Switch games look cool, but it's nothing really like, oh, wow, they're pushing the boundaries here. You know what I mean? And I'm not talking just mainly gameplay. I'm talking like visuals and technical stuff as well. You know what I mean?
Especially with the kind of games that the kind of games that PlayStation makes, I don't think a handheld or even a hybrid would be the viable or the smart, at least where I sit, from my opinion, would be the smart route when it comes to trying to push the boundaries of game development like you've been doing the past couple of generations.
Yeah, so a lot of people is agreeing. They're saying that they just want PlayStation to do like a handheld, but not a hybrid. Shout out to Henry Heck with a $10 donation, where he's saying here, I think the console and the Portal is their approach. You can game on the sofa, then continue your experience back on the back porch, on vacation and the toilet. Appreciate y'all boys, man. Appreciate you, Henry Heck, for the support. Yeah, like I like that. You know what I mean? And I'm weird too, where even if PlayStation wants to do a handheld, I will want that handheld to have its own specific games. I know that's not the times that we live in. But I just like that approach. You know what I mean? But yeah, I know the Switch 2. The screen looks good. I'm seeing a lot of previews on the Switch 2. The games, don't get it twisted, does look good, but I just personally don't want, you know what I mean? We have a Pro, and then let's say PlayStation 6 or whatnot. Yeah, you can do the AI upscale and all that, but you into this hybrid approach. It's like, how much is that shit gonna cost? And how limiting the game's gonna be. You know what I mean? As far as like pushing the boundaries and technical achievements and world creation. You know what I mean? How limited are you going to be with that stuff?
Especially because when you start dealing with hybrids, it's like, it's got to be work on both. I don't know. I don't want PlayStation following that route, man. I just feel like that's Nintendo's lane. Let them do that.
Let them have their lane.
Like your lane is the home console, the living room. You dominate there. I feel like you should just, double down on that going into next generation, and just build a viable console that, people want.
Yo, Guap said a standalone handheld would be like 2Gs for real. It'd probably be more expensive. Yeah, I can see it being this day and age, especially with the power that they want to be pushing, to have its own set of games. Yeah, I don't think that they would do that, to be honest with you, but I would like that. I would prefer that. That's my own little thing. Yo, shout out to Oolong T Gaming with a $4.99. He said a portal with PSSR and the storage for downloads. Yeah, I mean, that would pretty much be like a dedicated handheld. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yep. You talking? You muted.
No, I'm looking at the timestamps. Yo, Viper Reeves Corner, man, appreciate the $4.99. He says good day, fellas. Timestamps will be a little later today, as I'm up in north in New Hampshire for a bit. Keep gaming alive. Yo, appreciate it, Viper, man. Sorry if I missed that super chat. But yeah, no, it's never no rush to do the timestamps, Viper. Never no rush to do that. We understand. You know what I mean? All right, Persona. Last question here.
Okay.
Now, do you think PlayStation can get away with charging the base price of a game for $80 to $90 for their games? We see that now. There's some bite back with Mario Kart Worlds, but I see majority of people is like, hey, I'm going to be playing Mario Kart forever and ever. Do you think that's going to introduce PlayStation? I'm tying it to PlayStation only here. That they will be starting to charge $80 for their games, probably next gen or going forward.
So I think that's like a yes. So it's a yes and a no. And I think it applies the same way it applies really with anybody else within the industry as well. Unfortunately, PlayStation is under a different microscope from everybody else, especially when you're looking at like Xbox or Nintendo. So because of that, the scrutiny behind $80 or $90, people will definitely will definitely scream a lot louder, and there'll be a lot more pushback. Hell, I wouldn't be surprised. I think when the price first got released for Mario Kart Worlds, people were trying to say that this was PlayStation's fault for charging $70 this gen. And I'm like, that shit doesn't make any sense to me. But anyway, I do think that when it comes to the $80 or $90 price tag, I do think that there will be certain games from PlayStation's catalog where they will be able to get away with that price. Games like Spider-Man, games like the God of Wars, games like, Last of Us Part 3, or even Intergalactic, despite that being a new IP. The kind of caliber of studio in its how they're perceived by the gamer will determine if they're able to get away with that or not. So Wolverine, Spider-Man, something from Insomniac, something from Sony Santa Monica, like the God of War, or a new God of War, or something like that, something from, Naughty Dog, right? I do think that an $80 or $90 price tag they can get away with because of the caliber of that studio and how those studios resonate within the industry, but also with a lot of gamers. A lot of other studios, no, I don't think I do. I do not think some of others studios, like something from Sony Ben, no. Sucker Punch, maybe that's kind of a toss up, right? I don't want to say no, I don't want to say yes, maybe. Housemark, as much as I love Housemark, no. There are other Team Asobi, no. I do think that there will be studios where they'll look at that and say, no, I don't see this as being something worth $80 or $90.
Persona,
What's up?
I don't think PlayStation can get away with charging $80 to $90 for their games, regardless of what studio it is.
Well, I think they'll be met with criticism regardless, but I think the level of criticism and the fact if people will buy it or not is where it in lies the problem. The kind of caliber of studio that does it, I do think the criticism will still be there, but I do think that the purchasing that the game will still be purchased.
If Naughty Dog charges $80 for Intergalactic Heretic Prophet, I'm going to Naughty Dog email and I'm going to write up a nice little email for them to let them know that you are out of your goddamn mind charging base price for Intergalactic after all the goddamn times I've bought The Last of Us and The Last of Us Part 2. We funding that goddamn game ourselves, and you're going to have the audacity to charge up $80 to $90 for the Intergalactic Heretic Prophet base price. You are crazy. The only game, matter of fact, I feel that should be charging $80, and I feel like it's going to be a PlayStation 6 game. It's Horizon Part 3.
Oh, I forgot about Gorilla. Gorilla could probably get away with that as well.
The thing is, I think Nintendo definitely opened up Pandora's box here. They have opened up that door, but I don't want PlayStation to fall into that trap. Cause $80 base price is a lot of money. You know what I mean? You're $20 off from $100 from a game. You know what I mean? I'm not saying, because we spend more than $80 at times, buying whatever deluxe edition and premium edition. You know what I mean? Some games they charge $150 for the editions, but the base price $80, that is kind of crazy. Regardless of what's being pushed, I think that is kind of crazy. I'll have to see a full breakdown of your whole studio to be like, yeah, all right.
I agree. I do think $80 as base price, because I've seen people try to use the excuse of, well, you buying deluxe and ultimate editions, and like, yeah, but you're also getting season passes and all these other things with it. We're talking base price, just the game, $80. Like, the two do not equate. So when it comes to that asking,
and you remember the deluxe edition is a option. You don't have to get that. The base price ain't no option.
That's not an option, yeah. So
as far as day one,
when you factor a lot of that in, that $80 asking price is really steep, and it's going to be steep for a lot of people, right? And it's not a matter of like, part of it is, can you afford it? Can you not afford it? Obviously that conversation happens, but it's just, if that's something that then cascades across the board, what happens is it's a snowball effect, because games right now that are 70 and then jump to 80, that means that when games were 70 and smaller titles released and they were 50 or 60, the price of that also goes up as well. Because now it goes, okay, everything is going to move as according to the market. So if the base price of a game that's AAA is now 80, that means a AA is now 70, which means something that's a smaller than that is now 60. It affects everything, and not just that AAA market, where then you've got everybody looking at it, where like those smaller studios that are now making those types of games, those AA games or whatever, and they see that $70 asking price, right, potentially, or $60 or whatever it may be, that now becomes something where those games might not get supported as much either, because despite them moving with the market and what the market dictates as the new asking price, a lot of consumers are going to look at that asking price, determine its value, and either buy or walk away. And that's the other thing that I think we also need to look at when it comes to this price increase that may happen. It's not just going to happen on AAA titles. It's really going to happen with everything. So double A's, that the price of the brick went up. You feel me? Indies, that price might go up too.
Yeah,
That's-
this
that's
definitely,
what it is.
definitely when it comes to gaming as a hobby, definitely scary times, man. It's very expensive. No longer, oh, this is a console. You know, it's cheap access. No longer that. You know what I mean? Unless you just want to live into a service and pay monthly or yearly, you know, it's very expensive hobby. But yo,
Yep.
Persona,
Mhm.
we're gonna close this thing up here. I'm gonna close this poll just to see what people are saying here. Ask the question: are you picking up The Last of Us Complete Collector's Edition? We got 41% saying no, 24% saying hell no, 17% says yes, and 16% says where is factions?
Not
Shout out-
surprised. So I expect this not to be sold out.
It is actually not sold out currently,
Good. Let it stay that way.
which is kind of shocking. It is currently not sold out.
You know what's funny about Tears of the Kingdom? I told people, because people's like, oh, you know, it's just one game. I told y'all that was tested for what? Why are you testing a $70 price for what? Like,
like the
y'all,
whole-
y'all keep falling for that stupid. Like y'all,
That's like
yo,
the
some
whole
people
PC
fall for
joint.
it.
We tested.
Yeah, we testing. Or it's the whole 4 games going to other like testing for what? And if it's successful, what's the next logical step? I've been
Hey, yo,
asking that for years now.
if we see the $80 games on PlayStation, just like my man Jim Ryan said, no adverse reaction. But yo, Persona, if you guys made it this far, here's your platinum trophy. Yo, guys, we will be back for the marathon. Well, we're not going to be live doing marathon, but we'll be live talking or watching the marathon thing. But yeah, so stay locked in. We got some stuff we're gonna handle. Want to make sure this is done, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about marathon later. Owner, the reason why I'm getting up out of here because I have an appointment at 1, and this person, they might just ring up the bell. That's why I have somebody in the background, you know, screaming up if somebody's here. You know, because as soon as that person comes, they're gonna leave, and I gotta watch these people as far as what they're doing. Start putting these newspapers on my goddamn floors. But Persona, hit us with your outro, and let the people know what's going on with you, man.
Yeah, you know, appreciate everybody coming through to the final days, the final episodes of What's Up PlayStation Podcast. This episode 190, man. Shout out to the WUPS community and people to find our channel for the first time. If you did, you know, hope you guys enjoyed your stay. If you did, you know, like, comment, subscribe, share the stream out, all that good stuff. For me, I don't have any content. You know, like I said, I'm locked in my real life right now. So I'm not really on Twitter. I'm not really, you know, no content and stuff like that. I may, you know, there's a lot of things in my real life that is just, it takes precedence for me. So yeah, you know, but I will see you guys next Saturday. What's Up PlayStation Podcast, most likely. So yeah, but I do appreciate everybody. Hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Be safe with whatever you're doing, man. And yeah, that's it.
Yeah, also, gonna let y'all know. Yo, shout out to the Plus on Block Boys, my boy Upchuck Gaming and Dreology 619. Here is their YouTube channel. I'm gonna post it in the chat. So hit that link and subscribe up. They're a fighting game channel, and they do a fighting game podcast called Plus on Block. But last week, from what I'm hearing, they announced that they're going to be doing a tournament coming up very soon. So the City of the Wolves new SNK game is releasing very, very soon, and they will be doing a tournament. From what I'm hearing, I think they're going to be doing it in May. So I want y'all to subscribe so you can stay up to date what they're doing. I'm pretty sure they'll announce more tomorrow at 11 a.m., 11:30 a.m. Eastern time, where they do the podcast. So you can get more information on the tournament and how they're going to be doing it. So make sure y'all subscribe. Y'all see the page right here. Y'all can see it. I know you see it. I know you see it. Head on over, hit the subscribe button, and show some love to these two boys right here, man. But yo, we're about to get up out of here. Like I said, we'll come back with the marathon stuff.
Shout out to Sick Humor TV. He's actually doing live reactions as well right now for the marathon. So
lit.
Yeah.
So yeah, let me get Sick channel a second.
Make sure you guys, definitely check out Sick Humor. But yeah, definitely appreciate everybody supporting WUPS, supporting us this weekend, rocking out with us, man. Hope everybody enjoyed the show. And, definitely have a lot of fun this weekend. Be safe with whatever it is you guys are doing. And yeah, man, definitely keep it gaming, have fun, eat healthy, live a righteous life and be good out here, man. Y'all be safe and be good out here. You feel me?
Yeah, so Sick is doing a marathon reaction stream. So you guys want to check that out. There's the link to No Cap Podcast channel. Make sure y'all subscribe and whatnot. And yeah, we'll catch y'all next week. Same time, same crew.
Same time, same place, same crew, the WUPS crew.
I was trying to do it, but you know the vibes. But yo, we up out of here. No, go buy that collector's edition. We out.